The 1% are about to get extremely richer, while majority of people will either stay where they are or get extremely poorer. It's because they know three things about the big beautiful bill, or you would say the Trump bill, which will make the greatest financial gap in mankind. Let me get this clear. This new era is going to change the landslide of mankind. It will supercharge asset classes and, most importantly, reshape your financial position. But if you understand everything I'm going to tell you in this video, this is your opportunity to climb the financial ladder and get into the position where you're not left behind. This is mainly for entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, or people who are serious about their financial freedom. If that's not you, get off this video and go watch something else. Due to this massive discussion, which doesn't really matter now because the bill's already passed, is that this bill is going to tax the rich less. But then what will the rich do with that money? No, they're not going to buy fancy cars, amazing watches, bigger houses, or renovate their swimming pool. They're going to buy companies. That's what they're going to start doing. Buy more companies. This whole ideology is called the marginal propensity to consume. Let me break this down a little bit for you guys if you don't know what that means. It is an equation made by economists, which is basically MPC, which is the marginal propensity to consume, equals delta C over delta Y. Delta C is change in consumption over change in income. So what does that actually mean? MPC quantifies how likely people are to spend the money when their income increases. This ratio influences the effectiveness of the economy policy, which then is aimed at generating growth and spend. Therefore, the greater your wealth is, or the more income you have, the less likely you're going to recycle it back into the economy. You're actually going to put it into assets such as stocks, bonds, real estate. I would say crypto, but not many people actually invest into crypto, as you know via my previous video. I digress. And other strong asset classes. So when the bill lowers taxes or increases the incentives of the rich keeping their money, they really want people to invest that. That money is not going into small businesses or Main Street. It's either going to private companies or Wall Street. They're the two main things going into. I can assure you that. So, if you do not own any assets, which if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you do own assets, but if you don't, you're out of the race. So you're literally out of the race. But if you do own assets, stocks, real estate, private companies, private firms, you may need to increase a stake into them and invest greater into them, because this bill is going to transcend your financial trajectory. The second thing this bill is going to impact is the real inflation. Majority of people, the way they measure inflation through prices of fuel, so like oil, or groceries, or if a can of Coke is not £1.20, it's like £3, that's how people will be like, oh, inflation. That's not how you measure inflation, guys. The real price of inflation is actually the price of assets. You've definitely heard this before. If you haven't, stay with me. So what happens is the demand for assets continue to rise. Therefore, the price will also continue to rise, which is more or less inflation. And as these asset prices increases, you're going to be stuck and you're not going to be able to join the trade because you're going to be left behind. For example, in the UK, 10 years ago, majority of people could save for 2 years and buy a house, a decent house, and start the property ladder. Now, single people are not buying properties. You have to more or less join up with your girlfriend, with your significant other, or with family members or close friends. Why? Because now these asset prices have more demand, for example, real estate. Therefore, the prices obviously increase. So now, if you didn't own assets before, you're long gone. You're just working for little breadcrumbs and you're struggling to even save up to buy a house. That is inflation, guys. So if you don't own income producing or assets, you are more or less finished. This is why my community, we speak about inflation, we speak about what asset classes to go into. You're probably wondering what community. I run a community of vetted entrepreneurs who are doing at least 500k per year or who have raised £1 million. The main reason for this community is to be around like-minded people, to help you grow, to have conversations like this. How does a big bill affect my business? How does it affect my personal finance? The Bible says, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is what they used in the olden days to keep the poor poor and the rich rich. So if you have a business and you're a successful founder, join my community in Wellington by clicking the link in the description and apply. And if you're among the chosen one, you'll be let into the community where there are serious entrepreneurs. I'm not talking about crypto bros or YouTube gurus, like actual entrepreneurs who are very successful. The third thing, more or less a final thing about this beautiful bill is, it's going to inject around $3 trillion in the United States debt. Probably wondering, how does that affect you? Yeah, that's probably what you're thinking. Number one, foreign investors have stopped or significantly reduced of investing in US treasuries, which means the actual rates in the market are actually rising to compensate the fact that no one's buying treasury due to their decreased demands in treasury. And then as the demand for these bonds decreases, there's also a demand decrease for dollars, which are normally used to buy the bonds. Does that make sense? It essentially means the price or the value of your dollar will carry on falling. So then the dollar power has decreased. According to simple economics, as the price of dollar decreases, the price of hard assets increases. Commodities like gold, precious metals will then increase. Even foreign equities has a chance to rise. So don't be surprised if a lot of people are now investing outside the US into Europe, South America, Asia. Asia's a big one. Asia's a very big market right now. I'm not telling you to invest because I don't give financial advice. I'm just speaking to you as a friend. And this is what we do in my community. And I'm just kind of helping you guys. So let's recap. First, due to the decrease in taxation of the rich people, that money is not getting poured into the economy. It's getting poured into assets like real estate, stocks, and bonds. The second thing, with this increase in assets, the gap in terms of entering buying assets will keep on rising. And if you don't own any assets or you're not getting into asset right now, you're probably not going to be able to afford to get into asset within the next 3 years because the gap will be significantly bigger. The third thing, the value of the dollar is most likely going to decline. You have to be prepared for this scenario. If this all sounds like alien to you, it's okay. I don't know why the education system decided not to teach you guys this, which is so stupid in my humble opinion, and which is why I have my own opinion about the education system, especially Ivy League schools and Russell groups in the UK, which was the last video I uploaded on this page. You can just click my channel and watch it. If you want more gems like this about what's actually happening in the economy, how this is going to affect your business, and other conversation about entrepreneurship and making generational wealth, subscribe to this channel because I'm just here to pour out as much knowledge as I can. And majority of my knowledge is by being within a community of successful people. I don't learn this all by myself. I learn this by having conversation with people. I implore you guys to do, which I will highly recommend you guys do. Speak to successful people and see what they're actually doing. Don't stay in your own cocoon because that's not how you grow. Be within the community, and you can easily do that by clicking the link in the description and joining my community. If you have any question about anything I said, please comment down below. I am happy to help you guys. I'm not a financial advisor, neither am I an economist. I'm just a normal man like you, just trying to make generational wealth. And the YouTube algorithm is so good. at suggesting videos for you, the right video for you. So any video just suggesting here, make sure you click.